Hi there, I'm Charlie, and I am once again delighted to be working with Paradox Interactive to create some tutorials for you covering Prison Architect 2. Today, we're taking a look at rooms and objects within the game and how you can utilize and expand upon them to make your prison thrive in Prison Architect 2. Let's get started. Let's start with rooms, because I think those are very familiar to those of you who have played Prison Architect in the past. Opening up the construction menu at the bottom of the screen and visiting the Assign Rooms tab will lead you to the section disclosing the available rooms that you have to work with in the game. Now at first, your options are somewhat limited, unless you're playing with all of them unlocked anyways, but new rooms will become available as you unlock them from the Bureaucracy tab in the Administration menu. At the start, you'll have intake, deliveries, and garbage zones already placed on the map that you've chosen, and will be able to designate prisoner holding areas like holding cells, and solitary. You'll also need to place a kitchen, canteen, offices for your admin staff as you hire them, a shower, and a yard. It's also a good idea to place an export zone near the road so that your workmen have a place to put the stuff that they're tearing down and everything on the map, and so they can sell it as they go. These are only the beginning though, as you'll gain XP with most minor milestones as you grow, allowing you to unlock new room types like the staff room, so your people can have a place to rest and get their energy back, laundry rooms to make sure that your prisoners have clean clothes, classrooms to help with rehabilitation through education, visitation rooms to allow prisoners to see their family, and much more. You'll also be unlocking loads of new items to add for these rooms for various benefits and effects. All of the rooms that we'll look at today and beyond also have a template that you can use for quick build in the construction menu. So if you choose, you can have them designed to be used right away without thinking about how they should be set up. To designate a room, simply select the room you want to designate and then drag on the floor to draw out the zone. Some rooms do have a size requirement, but these can be lifted in the first tier of infrastructure research in the Bureaucracy tab. If you wish to remove a room from an area, drag with right-click instead. Some rooms will require specific equipment to be added in order to be effective, and if you are missing anything in a room, you can see what's missing listed in a hovering list at the border of the room. Once you add the items within the zone for that room, these notices will go away and the room will function. Alternatively to dragging, you can also middle-click to change this mode to a full area fill, which can be faster if the room that you're trying to designate is fully enclosed, but not necessarily like a clear rectangle or square in shape, since a single click can fill the entire open space. Just be careful with this mode in your cell block areas or places that aren't secure. Speaking of secure, in the last video of this tutorial series, I mentioned how doors can have keys requirements. Well, this will help govern what areas are considered secure or not, and you'll definitely want to make sure that any rooms that prisoners will have access to are secure by using the Info Views button on the right side of the screen and clicking the padlock icon in the lower left. If the rooms are green, they are secure behind a key requirement. If they aren't, well, a prisoner that's inside there can much more easily escape, so be aware of that at all times if you add additional rooms for prisoners to interact in. You can see the settings on the doors with this view by clicking on the door, and the option to require a key is right here. So that takes care of the basics of rooms and how to designate them and make sure that they are secure, but what goes inside the different rooms? Let's talk about the plethora of objects available in Prison Architect 2. Objects in Prison Architect either serve an aesthetic purpose or a functional purpose as they pertain to how they affect the prison, and many times both. Let's start with essentials. The basics of a cell are a bed and a toilet, but as you play, you'll find new bed types and even new toilet types. They are not made the same either, as many of these items influence your prisoner's needs. Speaking of providing nice things, how about we provide our staff with some nice things too? The staff room can be unlocked in the well-being section for research, and providing a place for your staff to rest and recharge is a fine idea for a growing prison. Place a couple of couches and a vending machine and you're pretty much good to go. But in addition to rest, you can give them better tools to be successful, such as security cameras and a surveillance room with monitoring stations to help them see around the prison and communicate problems as they arise. The metal detector is also a great tool to use between contraband risk areas, such as the canteen, or right before entering the yard or cell blocks to catch dangerous contraband before it can be used on, well, wherever they're planning to use it. Some prisoners aren't all that bad though, they just want to work out and stay healthy, so providing them with exercise bars and gym mats will help them exercise and keep them happy. There are a load of things that you can add to common rooms and yards that prisoners will interact with to make them happier. You can see what every object does by hovering over it in the Objects menu. The description of the cooker in the kitchen, for example, will display how many servings can be provided by it when worked by a cook, and how much power it pulls. It also hints as to when it will be used. Hover over the chair, and it says that it satisfies the comfort need. If you are looking for specific types of items, there are category tabs here in the Object menu, as well as sorting options and a search bar. There are so many objects in the game that will tackle a variety of needs, especially as you unlock more in Bureaucracy, and I cannot possibly cover all of the needs that prisoners have in this video, as it would make it way too long. Which is why I'll be doing so in the next video instead. So make sure you get yourself subscribed to the Paradox Interactive channel here on YouTube so that you don't miss any of the future tutorials being discussed right here in the future. My name is Charlie, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next time.